Okay, so in this quick tutorial, what I'd like to do is just quickly walk you through the e-signature function in the EnquiryMax application. So we pick on a example client that I've created in the Motorline test site, and you can see here we've got Mr. Metallica. If you go into any particular client, it'll all look the same. On the top, you can see that you've got a number of click tab options. The one that we want you to click at the minute is offers. If you click offers, that will then bring up a sub menu just along here, which shouldn't be too unfamiliar. But the documents option here, give that a quick click, and that will take you into a second page where we have got a number of options that we can action on this particular inquiry. If the client wants a copy of their existing order form, then it's quite straightforward. We can email that straight to them, or if we've made some revisions, we can send it over if they don't require signature. E-sign I'll come to in a minute, and generate just as allows us to go into the document, maybe print it off or just view it generally. For the minute I would quite like to, so we'll give it a click, go into generate. Apologise about the quality of the image, but we don't need to read it particularly. All we really need to be aware of is that this section here is unsigned. So we'll take a look at that at the end of this little video and see that it's all been signed digitally. So we'll go back to the previous page. We'll click on the E sign that's circled in red, and that will bring up a dialog box that in effect has a from and to section for emails from us and to the customer. Well, of course, it's going to understand our email address because that's set up when we're first actioned within EnquiryMax. The to section, that will self-populate the customer's email address on the basis that the sales executive here has actually bothered to put in the customer's email when they qualified the customer on the original inquiry. You'll also notice that there's a PIN code or access code which is 2827. That in effect allows the client to access the document we send it to them. So when we click the little send just here, it won't send the 2827 PIN code. That's got to be sent to them separately. So whether you want to do that through email, text or phone, that's obviously up to you. So we click on the send, and this is just an example of how the email and order form comes in directly to the customer. So I've just done it on my own iPhone. So it says, "Dear Mr. Metallica, we've just sent you an order form from Hyundai Motorline Maidstone. If you could just check it, sign it and send it back, that'd be great." And obviously there's a little link here which we're going to give a click to. So if I was to do that on my iPhone, it will bring up a code entry field. So that's where in effect you'd put in the 2827 number. So if we put into here the 2827 and hit the confirm button, it will bring up the order form, and as I said earlier, on my iPhone. But of course this can be done once we click at the bottom left hand sign order form customer, and it will bring up a signature interface, so you can sign directly onto the face of your iPad just with your your fingernail or one of those digital pens. You can do it on a phone. If you want to use a computer, again, no problem. Just remember that you have to hold the left hand key down on the mouse, but you have to go quite slowly because it is quite difficult to navigate if you do choose to sign it in that way. So if you're happy with that signature, you can click that little confirm just there, or you can clear it just there and have another little go at it. But we'll say that we're happy with it, so we'll click on that confirm, and it will just show you over here on the right hand side what the signature looks like on the order form. So once that's happened and the customer's good to go, we will then need to check that they have actually signed the order form. So that's done two ways. The sales executive can periodically pop in to the customer inquiry and see if it's signed by clicking the red boxed generate tab on the right hand side, or alternatively the manager can set up, although it is a separate tutorial, they can actually set up in system tools just up here and go into dealer system settings, and they can activate an email that will notify the manager when the customer has signed. So that can then get passed straight through to admin, so it's probably good to do that. So if we actually click on that generate right now, and we'll have a little look and see, you can see that that one signature on that iPad or iPhone interface will in effect create a signature on the GDPR document, the part exchange, and the main order form. And ultimately, that's how e-signature works.